Hi everybody, I'm back, and I'm back with Testimony of the Day. Hopefully you all will catch this wave and get on and testify of God's goodness and the blessings that the Lord has bestowed upon you and your families. It's been sort of a challenging day. I just got to work, and I thought I was going to have to call off. Excuse me. But, excuse me. But anyway, yeah, I thought I was going to have to call off because of some things that are going on at home with a teenager of mine. But we're praying about that situation. We know God is in control, and He's going to show up and show out in that situation because we're faithful and we're trusting Him and believing to see our prayers manifest. So with that being said, I'm just going to continue on with my testimony. I have so much to be thankful for. And if you looked at my my video from yesterday, talking about how we, were homeless and God blessed us to be able to move 3.5 hours away, I'm just going to expound on that story about how we moved to the town where we're at now. We had a raggedy vehicle, a 1989 Ford Crown Victoria, which would have, it needed a whole lot of work. And so we needed to move. We couldn't afford a U-Haul. So my sister, one of my younger sisters, she was nice enough to let us borrow her SUV so that we can pack up, our bags of clothes, little small things that we had, and, move on down. And my husband and one of my older sons were going to drive back with her vehicle, drop it off, and come back with our car after he tweaked it a little bit and figured it, it would make it down there. So, basically, we used our vehicle to move. My husband took it back, called himself working on our old Crown Victoria, 1989, and he and my son started back to our new home, 3.5 hours away. The car kept overheating, stopping. I mean, it just gave up on the side of the road, maybe like an hour or so away from where we were moving, so they were stranded. They kept calling me. My husband kept calling like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm like, you know what? All I can do is pray. Y'all better pray. I'm praying. I mean, they were stranded for hours. Out in the middle of nowhere. So after a while, it got dark. A lady came along, and she said she had passed them several times throughout the day. And she saw, that they would start and then stop again. Start and then stop again. They weren't getting much further down the road. Starting, stopping, starting, stopping. So at the end of the day, she finally stopped to ask, what was going on and could she be of assistance. Let me tell you, this lady wound up knowing a tow truck company, knowing the owner of the tow truck company, which was right at the corner of where we had just moved to. Now, they're like an hour away from where we had just moved to, and this lady just happened to know the person that owns the tow truck company right down the street from where we moved to. Come on now, tell me that ain't God. So she called this tow truck company, and he came right out and towed our vehicle home. And she rode, and she drove my husband and son home. And she lives in Iowa. We live in Illinois. I mean, she went way beyond and out of her way. She drove them home, made sure they got home safely, made sure our car got home safely. And it was over a $200 bill for the tow. She told us not to worry about it, just pay it forward when we could. Now, that was a blessing. Our car got home, my husband got home, my son got home, and that was a blessing. because you usually don't find people that go out of their way to do things like that. A $200-something toll bill taken care of, paid in full. God is good. God is good. Because, I mean, that was just a miracle. And we were thankful and grateful for that, because when he kept calling and saying, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do, I said, well, we going to call on Jesus. That's all we can do. And he showed up and showed out. So just letting you know, God is real. He will show up in the nick of time. When you think all hope is gone, he's going to show up and show out in your life. Just keep faith, and just keep on trusting and believing. Okay, guys, come on. I want to hear some of you all's testimonies. Let's uplift, motivate, strengthen each other now. All right. God bless. Have a good evening.